Hello there, I'm Joe Condon. Welcome to our program. As you know, one of the biggest concerns in the United States right now is energy, as the nation, especially in the southern part of the United States and the Gulf Coast area, deals with cleaning up the oil spill. And at the same time as we clean up the oil spill and try to preserve the environment, we're also in a situation where we're trying to become less oil dependent and less natural gas dependent. And that is the reason our guest is here today, Mr. William Balfe. He is with the Green Jobs Training Program of the Altamont Program, which is throughout New York State. As you indicated before going on the air, you're from Brooklyn all the way out to Buffalo in the western part of the state.
Yes, indeed, Joe, we certainly are. We're in 17 counties around the state. But
tell us about the Green Program.
Our Green Program gives a energy efficiency component to bring not only our individual buildings into an energy efficiency and reduction of a carbon footprint, but so we can spread that out to the community and take that to a community aspect also. If we can show what we can do in our own buildings across the state, which we have over 400, we have 117 now, I believe, 117 treatment facilities around the state, but just in our facilities, and we can then reach out to the communities and say, here's what you can do, here's what you can do to improve your lives through energy efficiency.
What does green mean exactly?
Well, I like to look at green as the three E's. The three E's. I'm sure you've heard me speak of that, Joe. What we say is energy efficiency, environmental, and ecology. When we look at those three components, we think of energy and green technologies and green applications.
Does the nation really want green, or is it just a lot of talk?
I think the nation needs green, Joe.
Right.
I don't think it's a matter of want. I think the nation needs green. I think we need to improve upon those solar technologies now that went by the wayside and expand upon those. And not only the solar technologies, but the geothermal wells, the just overall energy efficiency and lighting. We can reduce the electrical cost by just simply changing out our light bulbs in our home. We can, certainly change our utility bills by 30% just by going over and taking our light bulbs out and changing and putting CFLs in. So I think we do need to be green, Joe. I think we need to be green to reduce our dependency upon oil and to look at renewables, which I think is a very big component of what our future holds in this country.
Someone said to me, when you're not, watch the difference it makes when you're not in a room to turn off the light. And Kathy and I, now it's automatic. It took us a while to get used to that, but we noticed our electric bill went down about $30.
It certainly will. It absolutely will. And therefore you're not relying upon that electrical component in your home. And therefore in a community such as a lot of the ones that we serve, those folks, they need that. They might need that extra $30 a month, and they can maybe do something good for their own family with that extra $30 a month. If you add that up, that's $360 a year that they can save, and they can apply to better their own lives.
Now, what is the next type of training that you offer? In what area?
Well, we're now getting into a solar component. We're currently developing a solar store of sorts in Albany. Mm-hmm. We also have our program out in Syracuse.
What is a solar store?
Well, our solar store is going to be an overall energy store where we're going to sell solar components and how people can simply take a small cell, a small solar thermal application, or even a PV application in their own home. Very simple to do. It can be done by us or by themselves. There will be kits available for that, where they can take that and just reduce their reliance on the overall utility application.
How would you have it installed in your house, and what sort of an impact would it make? I know the concept, but I don't exactly know how.
If someone wanted
work.
to say for example, put a 200 watt, very simple 200 watt system in their house.
All right.
They could.
Now, where would the 200 watt system go? In your roof?
On their roof, wherever the highest impact of the sun would be.
All right.
that would be, you'd have to do a little bit of a study to figure that out. But the panels themselves, you might have maybe they could be anywhere from 15-watt panels to 40-watt panels, depending upon the size you wanted to put in.
Where does the wiring from the panel go?
The wiring goes into an inverter. It's then looped in through your own electrical system and goes back out into your home. Simply showing someone how they can caulk their window, how they possibly can change out some screening, change out some panes that might be cracked, or you'd be amazed how much air can infiltrate through a small crack in a window, and just simply by caulking your window. But we're also getting into energy efficiency panels for windows. That's another concept that we're developing in a manufacturing process we're currently working on with another company, in conjunction with another company, to provide that energy efficiency. It's a small thermal break. It's put on the interior of the window. It can be applied very simply. There will be kits available. They keep the authenticity of the historic site intact because it's a clear panel. And as I said, it can be removed and put back on.
Now, at the start of the summer, a lot of folks say, gee, our house was kind of cold this past winter and we need new aluminum store windows or new storm windows. That's a product you offer?
This is a replacement product for that. Without having to take those storm windows out. You don't have to remove those storm windows. This is a product that can just augment the energy efficiency of the window without displacing the existing.
What is the shape of this product?
It takes the overall footprint of the window that is there existing.
Right.
And as I said, it's just whatever the shape might be. It could be an oval shape. It could be whatever the rectangle, or it could be whatever shape the window is. That product can be made to fit that window.
What's next that you offer?
Well, we certainly offer our training programs to our folks. As we have spoke before, we have a simple 4-week class there that our folks come in and get the basic sciences, building sciences components, so that they can go out and do the energy efficiency products and install them and manufacture them. We like to look at it as a complete view, so that if someone might not want to be involved in the analysis of a building, they can also have a job in the insulation portion of the building and the installation of the insulating products. Or they can get involved in the manufacturing process and manufacture the products that are going to be installed. So we try to create a three-legged stool, as we've heard so commonly,
right,
but using that application to an energy efficiency.
As you said, your training program helps New York State because it provides employment, and your graduates now become employed taxpayers. And certainly, besides addressing energy needs in New York State, you're also addressing the economic needs of New York State and increasing our tax base, which
we do need. Yes, our overall goal is to create a taxpayer. But not only a taxpayer, we want to give someone the self-sustainability, a career. So it's not a month-long job. It's not a 3-month job. It's a sustainable tax-paying job that you can use into the future. And just as we look to have our programs go into the future and continue on into this millennium, we look to make them more energy efficient and to create that taxpayer using that philosophy of energy efficiency and green.